Welcome all to the scary, spooky edition of Halftime Adjustments. I'm your host, Derric Benavides, and I have my best friends next to me, Luis Barraza and Colton McCarley.
Pretty great.
That was good, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of Halftime Adjustments. We are nearing the spooky season of Halloween, and it is a great day to talk about some fantasy football today.
Oh, that was embarrassing for me.
That was great. Could you just have Monster Mash on loop in the background this whole episode?
I don't think we can get the rights for that. But
I'll figure it out.
all right, let's get right into the news because we have a ton of news to talk about. First things first. Boy, let's talk about this.
The big trade that happened with Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, let's talk about that first, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah, because that
McCaffrey?
happened.
McCaffrey. Spoke too fast.
The big trade that happened with Christian McCaffrey. We didn't get to talk about this last week because this happened right after we recorded.
Breaking news!
Yeah, this is, a bit late. A bit late for breaking news. But, yeah, Christian McCaffrey gets traded.
It happened Thursday.
It happened Thursday?
It happened Thursday.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay, can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead. It like dawned on my head that it happened Thursday.
Okay, it happened Thursday. Christian McCaffrey gets traded
You
to
were
the...
eating then.
Oh, my God. Christian McCaffrey... I can't even say his name.
It's Christian
McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. He gets traded to the San Francisco 49ers and plays on Sunday. He didn't do
Dude, he
much,
had, I think 7
first game.
targets. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It was his first
Dude,
game.
it's Christian McCaffrey. You don't
barely
minimize his
He's barely
his carry
learning the
shares.
playbook. He barely knows the playbook. I'm sure they ran specific plays for him just to get him loose there.
They do, because I know Mr. Shanahan. He's pretty tricky with the plays.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But still, I feel like you shouldn't minimize McCaffrey's playing time. But I don't know if it's true. But rumors, he wants out already.
No.
Wait, McCaffrey?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I saw rumors.
I don't think
way.
so.
I heard rumors.
They lost, but it's funny because the Panthers won and the 49ers lost. But yeah, McCaffrey seems to be happy over there with the 49ers.
So what do y'all think? Y'all think he's gonna succeed or not succeed?
Did I send y'all that hilarious meme? And it was like Deebo Samuel, Kittle, Metcalf, Trey Lance, and it was like, who's stopping? Oh, and Brandon Ayuk. Who's stopping this offense? And somebody said the blue tint.
Yeah, for real. Literally.
I think he could do good, but it's just again, I don't trust him at all. I haven't trusted him since 2019. This guy is just so injury prone. Their whole roster's injury prone, but it's just like Shanahan to go get a guy who's made of glass. They love guys like that.
But okay, throw injury out the window. Do you think he's gonna succeed?
Okay, yeah. He can't do that, though.
No, well,
he can't throw injury out the window with a guy who's injury prone.
So to me, he succeeded in Carolina. That's what I mean. With him on and off with his injuries.
I don't
think. Say he had a full healthy year. I don't think he will succeed with the 49ers.
Oh, he absolutely would. If you give him a full healthy season with no injuries, I think he would have more opportunity than ever.
I don't know. I don't see him succeed. I don't. So not that he was gonna go downhill. Be running back number 15 of the season, but I think I don't know. This is my gut feeling. I don't think there's too many weapons. There's way too many weapons. Because going back to multiple podcasts, I was made fun of Deebo being a double threat. Well, if what's gonna happen with Deebo now is either, for fantasy reasons, he's going to have less targets. They're going to give it all to McCaffrey, or McCaffrey's going to have less targets than what he had in Carolina. They're going to share with Deebo, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Kittle.
Well, I think Deebo is a very specific type of player to look at here because he's more of you see him running a lot of plays. He has a lot of runs, but now that McCaffrey's there, it's kind of flipped. So I feel like Deebo loses a little bit of value, but not a lot of value, just because he is also a threat in the passing game. He's a major threat in the passing game. But I think it also kind of goes both ways with McCaffrey because you see Debo having that dual threat a little bit, and they still gave him the ball 2 times on the ground this last week. So, that's not much, but it did eat a little bit from McCaffrey's carries. So, it's one of those things where it's like a give and take where McCaffrey, he's not going to benefit as much as he was in Carolina, but at the same time, the 49ers offense is way better, so then he will benefit a little bit more. So it's kind of like
there's more lanes.
Yeah,
so they can't stack the box with only him.
So what's gonna happen with Eli Mitchell when he comes back? He's gonna come back next year. I think he's gonna ride the bench.
He was supposed to come back in week 8.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back this
he's already come back soon? Exactly. What's going to happen?
He's a nothing factor.
Yeah, I don't see him doing really much now. Maybe they trade him? I don't know.
That's what I've heard is that he's on the chopping block. He could be gone.
So,
but there's so many running backs that are up for grabs right now. I just don't know how much value he has. I think Jeff Wilson holds more value right now than Elijah Mitchell does, just because he showed he can be a pretty good back.
Right.
Yeah. What about him too? Are they gonna just have him benched the whole game?
That's what they did with Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell, and Jeff Wilson. What's the difference here? Yeah. They did that exact same thing. They had one guy that they rode until he got injured, then they went to the next one until he got injured, then they went to the next one. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing here. They're going to ride McCaffrey till he gets injured, then they're going to go to Elijah Mitchell till he gets injured, then they're going to go back to Jeff Wilson, who's their only guy who can stay healthy. So I think this is, to me, I don't know that this helps the 49ers that much. Christian McCaffrey's a guy I've been totally out on for a while now, and I just don't know that this really helps the situation.
There's been a thing as too much talent. Look at the Lakers. This past season, past 2 years, too much talent. It's not always the best results.
Well, they also traded for an injury-prone guy in Anthony Davis who can't stay healthy to save his life. Well, you did the exact same thing here. You traded for an injury-prone guy who hasn't had a full healthy season since 2019.
And the problem with the 49ers, too, is that we've seen so much history with running backs going down. Raheem Mostert, you see Elijah Mitchell going down. You see, Jeff Wilson's been injury-prone for the last 2 years. So I feel like the 49ers are where running backs go to die.
It's not a good place to be. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying because he's injury prone that he won't do good. Say he won't. Hypothetically, he doesn't get injured. I still don't think he'll be as good as he was with Carolina. That's my bold prediction.
Okay.
Definitely bold. Yeah.
Definitely bold. Yeah. On other news, some injury news now. We have Breece Hall tearing his ACL and injuring his meniscus. He will be out for the year. And on that same note, James Robinson gets traded over there to the Jets. Mm-hmm. So they have no faith in Michael Carter at all, I guess.
Definitely not. But does it hurt to have Michael Carter on standby?
Yeah.
Because Breece Hall was they're definite number one RB. And then Robertson is starting to share carries with ETN back in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
so maybe ETN was slowly working his way up.
Oh, he was. It was like the past 2 or 3 weeks. And it was crazy because Robinson went from the RB11. He was having a consistent workload, breaking off big runs. And then it was just 1 week snap. And it was okay, ETN's the guy. Robinson, we'll see you later. And then he gets traded out of nowhere. There was no animosity from the team. There wasn't anything on I won out. He didn't demand a trade. Yeah. He didn't have an injury except for his Achilles that he was working back from, which he seemed to be doing just well.
Going good.
No issues. I don't know where this came from at all. I don't know what happened here, but it's a good move by the Jets because they got a 23-year-old running back who can handle the workload this season.
It is a good move. I like it. So
one thing I hate about this trade is, for me personally, I had ETN in one of my other leagues, and
did you drop him?
We traded him for Alexander Mattinson and Geno Smith.
Jesus, that's a bad move.
Oh man, it's like, God dang it! Now he's starting to go off, and so it's rough.
That is a bad move.
So here's something just to also add to this whole little Jets backfield, and it just came out today that Elijah Vera Tucker, who is they drafted him, I think last year. He was an offensive lineman who was one of their very, very high-end offensive linemen. He was a good pick. Mm-hmm. He tore his pec, I believe is what he did. So he's out for the season. So they lost Elijah Vera-Tucker and they lost Mekhi Becton to that knee injury. So they've lost 2 now high-quality first-round pick offensive linemen. And obviously losing Breece Hall. So they are down big time. I wonder how this is going to affect their run game, now losing another big piece in their offensive line.
Well, it's one thing to monitor, too, because now they could try to rely on the passing game a little bit more, which makes Elijah Moore... Is that his name? Elijah Moore?
Elijah Moore?
Yeah.
Which makes him a little bit more valuable.
They have a few guys there. They have Elijah Moore. They have Garrett Wilson. They have...
Corey Davis just
Corey
went
Davis.
down, so he got injured.
Wow.
As well, but yeah, I mean that's one thing to keep an eye out is if they rely more on the passing game.
And Tucker, just to put it, it was his tricep, not his bicep. He tore his bicep, or tore his tricep, and he's out for the season.
Okay. All right, moving on to more injury news. J.K. Dobbins, they've confirmed that he's going to be out for about 6 weeks. He's getting surgery on his knee, I think, right?
It's just a discomfort thing. So he's just having a cleanup from what they've said. 4 to 6 weeks is what you can expect. At this point, I don't know if he comes back
I'll say
the rest of the year.
Now that man is injury prone.
I don't know that he is.
I don't think he is either.
I think he is.
I feel like it's the same knee that he had his ACL tear.
It is.
It's
That's injury prone.
Well, I mean,
so if Saquon had a knee scope to clean up his knee, are you calling him injury prone, or is he coming back from the same injury?
I think it's injury prone. I mean, it could happen in the same area, but he got injured again because of what happened previously.
But it's an existing injury, so he is not an injury prone man. He's still just working on the injury. If he came back too soon, like Dobbins did, I don't necessarily think, like, it's not an ankle, it's not a shoulder, it's not a quad, it's not a hamstring, it's not anything else. He's working from the same injury. He had a setback on said injury because he pushed it too soon.
But that's what So is the thing that he came back too soon? Is that what it is?
I think this is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess I could argue on that. If he came back too soon, he's still recovering. But if he came back with the time he's supposed to, and that again is because he's injury prone. That's his knees. Just irritate the hell out of him.
I mean, it's an injury that gets re-injured time and time again. Though at the same time, it's an ACL. It's not anything it's not anything light.
It's not nothing minor. It's just something big.
Something pretty big, so it's definitely something to be careful with. And
Kenyon Drake.
No, not
Gus Edwards. Gus the Bus, man.
the Bus.
It's his time, which is strange because he's coming off of an Achilles injury, I think.
He's coming off of it's
his ACL?
It's an ACL. It's the exact same injury that J.K. Dobbins had. But the thing is that he actually had enough time to recover.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
He had more time. Have you all seen how buff he looks? By the way,
that dude's freaking.
Gus Edwards is ripped.
Is he DK Metcalf ripped?
Yes. He's he's
like a bowling ball of muscles.
Somebody posted a picture of him the other day, and dude's just a tank.
Oh yeah,
guy's built. He's just a full tank.
So
hot. Okay, it's weird. So no, I think if they're smart, they should ride Gus Edwards because J.K. Dobbins was the highest rated running back coming out of his class. And he was really good, averaging over 6 yards a carry in his rookie season. Takes the injury in preseason last year.
Oh, that's dude.
Yeah, because I thought that was his year. I still think he's one of the best young running back prospects in the league. I probably would take him in a first or second round pick next year in a keeper format. If he makes it back out. So I'm very, very high on Dobbins still.
Didn't you pick him in the 6th round or something like that?
Yeah.
This year?
I missed on this season, but I also took Saquon the year after he tore his ACL, and I sat through all of that mess, and it's ended up paying off now.
Man.
I'll do the same thing.
I don't know. I feel like Saquon's a different beast, though. I think Saquon's a generational talent still.
Saquon.
But an ACL is only an ACL. I think he'll be able to come back from this just fine.
I think he'll come back, but
just give him time. Just make sure he has his full health.
Yeah, I think he's done for the rest of the season. So we'll see.
On other news, DK Metcalf is also out indefinitely with it was a knee injury as well.
He's just out for this game, isn't he?
No, I don't know how long he's out. He's going to be out for, but it wasn't too serious. Luckily, the X-ray showed that it wasn't an ACL or MCL or anything.
That's what I thought, that he was just going to be out for this game. He was kind of just resting him.
It was a patellar injury, I think.
Patellar?
I don't know the specifics on it, but it was a patellar tendon. So he won't need surgery for it, but he will miss some time. And on some lighter news, Sam Ellinger, Luis, this is your guy.
I'm excited, dude.
You like?
No, I mean I like him now because they got Pittman, but I always been high on him. I was high on him when he played for Texas, and I was pretty happy when the Colts got him. You know.
One thing I want to shout out is that Colton actually called Matt Ryan doing terrible this year, and now they're going to bench Matt Ryan.
So yes, he called that good, but I don't think it was a hard call to call.
Y'all both fought me on that heavily.
The only reason why I like Matt Ryan, and I said this before, because of his Super Bowl run, that I feel so bad for him. I hope he deserves a Super Bowl. So
he deserves it.
I feel bad for that man. So I want him to do good.
You definitely want him to do good. But yeah, it's one thing to keep an eye out for, just because Matt Ryan he's older. He's like one of the older quarterbacks. So I mean,
he's like 36 now. He's
pretty
old.
He should retire, dude.
Maybe he's 35. I don't know. He's up there. He's in his mid 30s at this point, and apparently he has some sort of injury.
Yeah, he has a shoulder injury. That's the main reason why they benched him, I think.
No, but I'm excited for him though. I'm excited to see him.
This is the guy who shouted "Texas, we're back!" Right? Wasn't that the same guy?
I don't know.
Whenever Texas won some big game, he was like, "We're back," because Longhorns have been so bad for so long.
No, they have. I mean, they're doing good right now too.
They still were complete ass for years after
Texas
that.
Texas doing good right now, dude. Y'all see the Red River rivalry? Triple R.
Yeah,
they blew the dude.
It sucked.
Yeah, but Texas, I mean, they lost so much this past year.
Texas blew their back.
Well, they lost their coach in like half. They lost their quarterback, Oklahoma. They lost Lincoln Riley. They lost Spencer Rattler. They lost like everyone off their roster once Lincoln Riley left. So like it was expected.
Oklahoma lost to Kansas. I was like, what? But Kansas has been doing
surprisingly good.
They're doing good this year, dude.
Yeah.
Are we talking about colleges now, dude? I'm excited.
This is not college football.
Hey, but just wait here in like 3 or 4 months when the draft starts picking up.
College.
Oh, baby.
College. No, yeah, I'm excited for Ellinger to start.
Do you think everybody benefits here on this team?
I think so. Think so. Hopefully he does good.
Like Michael Pittman, you see Jonathan Taylor, maybe you doing better with him?
I mean, yeah, I think it's hard to be lower than the bar that Matt Ryan set. Yeah. It's a very low bar to come in and be worse than that. And honestly, I think they're okay with it, because let's say he does crap the rest of the year, they go out and get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. It's a win-win to this organization. Dude, they either get a guy who's a baller, or they get a top-tier quarterback next year.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope that DJ. I had always had faith in DJ, but I kind of hoped he would have been bad, so we can get Bryce Young. But hey, he's doing great, so keep it up, Giants Nation. Let's ride.
Giants Nation, that's right.
On other news, Cowboys defense got a little better with Jonathan Hankins going to the Cowboys from the Raiders. I mean, Cowboys defense is already good.
Already good, yep.
I mean, it's one of these things where they're just stacking their team.
If it's not Michael Parsons or Lawrence, then it's nobody.
I actually really, really like this deal. He was a second-round pick. Cowboys wanted him at the time, and he is an amazing run stopper, which is what we could use a little bit of. We have no issues getting to the quarterback. We're number 1 in sacks this year.
I think Cowboys are 30th in run defense, but no. Who am I thinking of? I'm definitely not talking about the Cowboys.
You're thinking of your Giants.
No, definitely not. Definitely not the Giants.
Cowboys bottom line, they could use some help in the run department, and this guy is a big body who can get in there.
In the run, yes.
And he can block that middle. This is, I think, a massive, massive win for the Dallas Cowboys, because you still have, is it Gallimore who's been killing it in that defensive tackle position? But you haven't had another DT to come in and sort of fill that secondary gap. So I think Jonathan Hankins comes in, and he's the exact kind of guy you'd want. So big win for this defense.
So if you have the Dallas defense, they probably just got a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Another injury news, Mike Williams is going to be out. He's going to miss some time. It looks like maybe about a month.
I heard 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
High ankle sprain, it's around 4 to 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So
it kind of sucks, but that's all right.
He's been good this year.
So he really has. So what's going to happen with the Chargers then?
That's one thing to look out for. Is Jonathan Taylor going to get, or not Jonathan Taylor, is Austin Eckler going to get even more of a workload?
I think he is, and it's kind of...
It's not fair. He should be a boy. He might as well just be a wide receiver.
I was going to say, he might get the workload, but it's scary to see him get all that workload.
I don't think his workload gets touched at all, to be quite honest. He is already averaging, like last game, he had 31 rushing attempts with 12 targets, 12 receptions, 96 yards, and a receiving touchdown. There's just no volume to go up there. He's already at his max for running at 31 rushing attempts a game. Let's say he goes to 15 receptions. Okay, he's going 3 more receptions than what he's already averaging.
I think
leaves
insane.
Around 12 to 15 additional targets per game that'll either go to Keenan Allen because he's back from his hamstring, or I think you could see Gerald Everett take a step up in his tight end production.
I think
that's where I think it goes.
I think Austin Eckler gets more workload, but in the red zone. I think he's
already getting stupid workload.
Oh, but he gets more.
I think he's hitting his ceiling right now.
I think there's nowhere for him to go. There's nowhere to go here.
That's true.
I feel like he's hitting his ceiling right now. Because I mean they've been without Keenan Allen. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
So now they're losing that other half of that coin, and it's kind of going to be kind of consistent. So I agree with you, Colt. Let's talk about that Bellinger eye gouge.
That was one of the cringiest things I've seen in a while.
You know what? I didn't actually see the injury, but I saw him getting carted off the field, and it looked like his eye was like shut, like completely shut, like blood on the jersey. Completely
instant black eye.
Yeah,
it's rough. He's already had his surgery for it. They're saying that there's a chance, like I haven't heard anything about him losing his eye, which is positive.
No, he's not. He's not gonna lose his eye.
That's great news.
It's just, it was definitely like in that, because it was in the retinal. I forgot what they called it. Retinal something. I don't know, like the structure bone, the structure bone of the retinal of his eye.
Dude, that's such a scary freak accident. Like that would be like getting poked in the eyes. Oh,
I don't know, dude. I feel like he did it on purpose.
I don't,
because there's no way.
Accident.
There's no way that he tried to strip the ball, right? That's the thing, that's the saying. He tried to strip the ball. The ball is probably chest high, maybe waist low, but he goes up high. He goes higher than he's supposed to, and
it was in no way intentional.
And gouges at the same time. I don't know.
You have to remember how fast these guys are moving and how the intensity level they're playing at. I don't think this was any way.
I guess yeah. But,
I think the bigger concern with that injury, the Giants' injuries concerns, is that Evan Neal is going to miss 3 to 4 weeks. MCL sprain. That is the scary part, because he was starting to come into his form a little bit, and that was giving Saquon opportunity. Does this hurt Saquon's ability? Does this hurt Daniel Jones' ability to run? There's a lot of question marks with that offense.
I don't think it does. Because Daniel Jones has been always, even this season, been pressured a little bit, but I think he's getting better at getting out the pocket. And obviously Saquon has been just immaculate with finding his holes.
His cuts have been so
his cuts, dude.
He's finally back with that knee. He can do it.
Yeah, so good.
Well, on other news, the Packers are actively pursuing a trade for a new wide receiver. I guess the wide receivers there aren't doing it. And Alan Lazard just got injured too. So
he was doing really good. It's sad to see him go down.
So, yeah, I mean, the people that are out there, I could see Claypool going to the Packers. I mean, if they...
What about DJ Moore?
DJ Moore,
I can see that.
Yeah, maybe. I know Jerry Jeudy's on the trade block too, and
that's another big name.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy.
Which, by the way, did y'all hear that Bradley Chubb, the defensive end, is expected to be dealt by this week? By the end of this week?
I wonder where he would go.
Oh yeah.
That's a massive
huge
name.
Yeah.
That is huge for him to go somewhere.
Yeah, that would be a huge acquisition.
You think the Chargers would get him?
No, apparently the rumors are that it's the Jacksonville Jaguars that are in on him.
The Jags
want him.
Is that it though?
That'd be a move.
That's his heaviest link. Yeah. So heck, maybe that team is ready to part ways with Judy as well, and they can get a few picks back from their mistake of Wilson.
Jeez.
Dude, imagine being wanted, you're a player and teams want you, 4 or 5 teams want you. You go toward the facility, they feed you, they just treat you like a king for the day or two that you're there. You do that 5 times. I would love it, dude.
How do you think college recruits feel? They just get to do that all the time. Did y'all hear how much they spent on Archie Manning, who is the nephew of the Manning family?
Yeah.
Dude, it was like $3.5 million that the Texas Longhorns spent for his weekend visit.
Gosh.
Just for that weekend.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. They blew the bag for him.
That's where your college tuition's going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where your college tuition's going to. On other news, Kareem Hunt is also on the trade block. Man, where would he land?
Where would you want him to land? Yeah.
You know what? Really, I really wanted him to go on the Jets. If he was traded to the Jets after this Breece Hall injury, he would have been dirty.
That'd be good.
But now where? Where does he go now? Where do you think he has success?
The Broncos?
No.
The Broncos are the only team that really need a running back right now.
I think there are two. Okay. I think I'd like to see him on the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
I'd also like to see him at the Rams. I think the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are trying to trade
team.
too. The Rams are trying to trade as well. I could see that trade being pretty even. Like honestly, for like maybe the Browns and the Rams can do a trade off where they get Cam Akers and
sure. Yeah.
Gosh, nobody wants Cam Akers right now, dude.
Not Chubb. Kareem Hunt goes to the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to include something else.
Yeah,
obviously.
Probably have some picks.
Yeah,
here and there.
All right, that's the big major news that we had today. I think for now we're gonna move on to our trade target banter.
Whoop, whoop. So I love trades. Trades are my favorite thing.
So middle of the season, we're trying to pretty much see what players you can get for low.
Yeah,
for low cost. For a steal.
A few names to shout out. So the first one that we want to bring up is Jonathan Taylor, the number 1 overall pick this year.
I don't think you should get him at all, but But
Tell me why. What's up with that?
Dude, Jonathan Taylor has been just doing terrible. His highest game was like 12 points.
No, his highest game was like 28.
Yeah, it was the first game.
The first game.
Yeah.
But after that, dude, it's just been complete boo-boo, you know? But
I understand your point, but I feel like he's got to really, after the Patriots, he's got to, and the Eagles, obviously, he's got kind of an easy-ish matchup. He's got the Commanders, the Raiders, the Steelers, and then the Vikings and the Chargers. He does have the Cowboys in Week 13, but I think this is where he sort of stands out. He kind of came back last year around like a similar time like this.
No, it was week 2.
It was week 2.
After week 2,
yeah, he started
after week 2, he started going off every week though, every single week.
This could be a shift in the quarterback play though too.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to be the key factor here is how does Sam Ehlinger perform? If you can open up, this has been the problem with Matt Ryan is he's sacked like 5 times a game. He just goes down consistently and he's not mobile. Sam Ehlinger, for all his flaws, is a mobile guy still. He can scramble. He's not fast, but he can scramble. So when you're looking at a guy who's coming in and changing the position, defenses have to completely change their game plan for how they're accounting for this team entirely. You now have to have a spy for the quarterback because he can have the legs to pick up the first down. You now have to give a little bit more respect to Pittman because they can throw the ball deep now. And the beauty of this rookie is that they will be willing to take deep shots and put the defense on their heels a little bit to get them in that cover 2 situation rather than letting them stack the box, which gives JT more opportunity. I think now is the time to buy him because the risk that you are getting him at, especially in Dynasty and Keeper Leagues, the risk that you're paying is so low that it's worth him being the home run shot that you potentially get that wins you your leagues right now. Yeah. That's the kind of guy I'm targeting right now is someone like him because of the opportunity that he could bring your roster. Maybe it's a complete flop. I just made the trade 2 weeks ago for Alvin Kamara.
Right.
It has been nothing but helpful so far to have Alvin Kamara on my roster. He put up 17 and 21 points. Those are the guys you target who have had not the best success, but you think they're going to start to come back. JT is that guy for me.
If I had JT and say one of you guys wanted him, I wouldn't trade low, but I also wouldn't trade high though. I would be like, dude,
you would just try to get him off your team.
I will give him for a decent, price. Like I'm not gonna give him low. What does this mean, low? Because he wasn't number one pick last year. So I was like, okay, maybe give me something a little bit, under that is fine. But I'm not asking for another first round too because he's not.
Let me throw this trade out for you. Like, you have JT, and I offer you this. I offer you Alvin Kamara, who's put up 2 to 3 good games now, and I offer you a 3rd-round pick. You taking that?
I'll take it.
See, that's what I'm saying. You package a guy who you're not pot committed to,
but I don't think that's
and you
low,
move
though.
for a guy.
I don't think that's low.
But people who took him number 1 all are going to have some pride attached to this. You're going to have to give them enough to get him off the roster.
You're right. That's why I also said I'm not going to ask for your 1st round because he's not.
Yeah, it's not worth that yet.
Yeah,
but people aren't gonna lose this deal. They're gonna want to feel like they're coming out somewhat ahead. And I think if you have the ability to take on some of the risk, it's worth maneuvering for a guy like him.
Mm-hmm. JT or ETN for the rest of the year?
ETN.
ETN.
Okay.
ETN to the moon, baby.
ETN to the sun, let him burn.
Yeah, this guy's going to go off. I saw that he has more 40-yard gains than Najee did last season. He has more receptions in some of the games than JT has had. Like, he has been phenomenal now that he has that connection with Trevor Lawrence established, and now he's the guy. Yeah. I think it's ETN season. It's time.
Okay. JT or David Montgomery?
JT.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
Wavelengths.
Right. Let's move on to our next trade target. That is Amon-Ra St. Brown. One of the easier schedules moving forward.
I think he's a little bit higher.
It's going to be harder to trade for him, but you can trade for him low because he's coming off injury, coming off bye. He didn't do anything this past week, so I mean,
which because they took him out,
obviously. But it's one of those things that the managers are going to be kind of like kind of upset about, kind of hesitant about their like.
I don't think he has an easy schedule coming up.
No, he's got a really hard schedule.
He has a tough schedule coming up.
He's going to be shadowed by Jair Alexander. Then he's going to be shadowed by Eddie Jackson. Then he's going to be shadowed by Bradbury, right? Is that his name?
No, Bradbury is with the Eagles, but he's going to be shadowed by McKenzie.
Then he's going to be shadowed by Poyer over at the or at Buffalo, and potentially Tre'Davious Whiteside if he's back by then.
And with the Jets, you got Sauce Gardner.
Okay. Then you have J.C. Horn at Carolina.
Okay.
But still, he's been putting up points even before with the tougher defense. Like, he put up 20 points with Philly. He put up, it's kind of say he put up 13 points with Minnesota. They're an average type of defense. He put up 40 points with Washington. So I think he's higher. He's a higher value. If Colton would have offered me Kamara on a 2nd-round pick, then I'll probably give
Jesus,
Kamara.
I would not.
I mean, maybe a 3rd round as well, but it'll be like with the 3rd with JT, it's like yes, instant yes.
Mm-hmm. So you're higher on.
I'm higher. Yes.
That's interesting because I'm easily higher on JT. Yeah,
I'm higher on Brown.
Only because it's harder to acquire top end running backs than it is wide receivers. Like, you can get wide receiver production out of a lot of people because full PPR leagues are so easy for guys to have a lot of receptions. It's not nearly as easy for guys to have a lot of good running back points.
But the only reason why I'm high on him because just look at his projections. Look at what he gave. Even in week 3, he had 13 points, which is pretty good. He's definitely a flex, receiver 2 flex, and that's great points. He put up 20 the first week, almost 40 the second week. And after that, he was injured. Apparently, he had a concussion last week. He didn't. Yesterday he didn't.
I was expecting him to come back this game.
So that you can't really say, he didn't go off last week. Well, because they put him out of the game. But I think they have a bye, or they had a bye.
They had a bye.
So I think he's going to come back full force. So I think I would pay a little higher, or I would receive higher as well if I had St. Brown. But he's also a good person for the trade block. Coming into like almost mid-season to kind of like shake up your team a little bit.
Yep. All right, next target is Dalvin Cook. You can get him. I mean, he has been pretty good. Honestly, it's going to be hard to get him, but I feel like he could be
He's just really inconsistent right now.
He is inconsistent. He's definitely injury prone as well. But
that's the scary part.
Yeah, that's the one thing to be kind of scared about. But
and I think that's why I'm even more or less on Dalvin Cook than JT because he's injury prone and he's been just super inconsistent this year.
He does have hard matchups coming forward, but then after in December he's got the Jets, Colts, Lions, and the Giants. So not too bad.
What do you mean? The Giants are up there.
Don't even start.
You're saying that Thibodeau's not going to sack the crap out of him? He's going to tackle the crap out of Dalvin Cook, make him fumble 3 times in the game?
Maybe. But not.
No, I'm even less on Dalvin than JT. It's just that inconsistency.
So you like JT more?
Yeah, I like JT more than Dalvin.
Okay. Keep in mind that you did put Dalvin Cook on
Dude,
this
I was
list
just about the
as
same
well.
thing. You're the one. We didn't want Dalvin on this list. You put Dalvin on this list.
Exactly, because I'm telling you, like, to trade low.
So you think you still like him as a candidate? You just think you can get him way lower?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
gotcha.
because we said this to see who can we get. What kind of like decent player can we get for like good price, good
What's
deal?
the value?
I think
Yeah.
I think Dalvin Cook is. I'm not gonna say ultimately low, but I prefer JT over Dalvin. Match the value.
You got to match the value.
All right. Last guy as well is Jay Herbo.
Herbert.
If you want him, or if you want to get rid of him, do it now.
Yeah.
Now is the time.
I thought we were trading for him. We're not trading for him. We're trading.
I would trade for him.
It's just back and forth. It could be both ways. Like I say, you trade him if you want him, or get rid of him. Do it now.
Okay.
I think if you no. I think if I'm a holder, if I'm a Herbert holder, I'm keeping him.
Okay.
Because you're selling it as floor. You're selling it as absolute floor right now. But if I'm a buyer, I'm working the hell out of it right now, trying to get a deal done for him.
Yeah, because you can get him, like, he's got a pretty easy schedule going forward. Atlanta, he's got Kansas City, which could be a shootout, Arizona, Vegas,
but
Miami.
Remember his besides Eckler, I guess Keenan Allen coming back, but still, he's gonna have less.
He is gonna have less targets. That's one thing to keep an eye out for. But
it's really hard for me. It's really hard. I would probably do match the value kind of trade, no high, no low. But because I like Herbert, dude. That's my guy. That's my guy. But he hasn't been producing the way he's supposed to. But I think I do believe he will come up the second half.
He's somebody you can buy low right now.
Yeah, he has very favorable matchups going into the second half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know who would get rid of him. Because you bought him sort of high.
Yeah.
What's the quarterback you're giving up for him right now? Is it Kyler Murray? You'd probably give up Kyler Murray for sure.
Kyler Murray.
You're not giving...
Maybe at this point, maybe... no.
Oh, hell no.
Not Joe Burrow. Maybe Lamar Jackson. Maybe with something else with the Packers
deal. Yeah, if you did Lamar, I think you could trade Lamar away. You could probably trade Murray away. No one's going to trade for Brady. You're not trading away Allen. You're not trading away Mahomes for him.
Maybe...
it's a very niche... market who's going to be able to
I'll say maybe Aaron Rodgers, but
Aaron Rodgers is
a
big package.
Listen. Yeah. It's like a package deal, somebody else has to come with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's like. It's iffy right now, but I think to me it would be like a medium-ish deal.
Yeah, I think Lamar is
I think Lamar is going to be a good trade. I think Kyler Murray is a better trade.
Yeah,
Kyler I think is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
You trade away Kyler to try to go get Herbert and maybe throw in a 5th or 4th round pick or something. You probably come out ahead on that deal.
That's good. I like it.
All right, let's move on to King of the Hill, and we have a lovely winner this weekend, and it wasn't me or Colton.
Oh boy.
It was Luis again. Luis has won a second time. He hit with Jamar Chase.
Did he have with Justin Jefferson the first week?
Yes.
No, you hit with Saquon Barkley the first week.
I did.
You hit with
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
I did hit with Barkley.
Yuck.
Luis
I'm telling you.
2-0-0.
I know y'all remember me saying this. Jets. Chase and Burrow are finally connecting, dude. They're finally doing what they're supposed to do.
I love this.
Yeah, Colton has them both.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
I played him this week.
They're finally doing what they're supposed to, man, and I'm happy. I like Chase. Chase is one of my favorite quarterbacks in this league, dude. I like him.
Chase,
you mean
he's
Burrow?
the best quarterback?
I like him. He's one of the best quarterbacks in this league right now.
You mean
Jamar
Burrow?
Chase is the best quarterback out
I
there?
see one of the best.
Jamar Chase is a wide receiver.
Quarterback.
You mean running back. You mean wide receiver. Yeah, I know you got me.
I was like, yes, Chase. I thought I was saying his name right. Receiver, yes, receiver. I'm still on the Herbert talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I like him.
Oh, you know what? Can't make fun of you because you're 2-0-0. So, good job, I guess. Austin Eckler was our king of the hill again. God, can anybody take this guy down?
I think Saquon will.
Maybe.
You picked him.
Maybe. So let's start off with our running backs. Luis, you get to go first because you won. Who is your king of the hill for running back?
So I'm going with Quads.
Or Prince, I should say.
I guess Prince of the Hill. I'm going with Quads. They play Seattle. I think it's going to be a good matchup. Seattle.
I think it's going to be a shootout.
I think, yes.
Anybody going up against Seattle feels
with Geno Smith, they're going to run the ball a lot.
Keeps him in it.
I mean, especially, I think he does everything, dude. He runs the ball and throws the ball, especially with Walker. But I think the Giants will run through Seattle.
You think Giants are winning?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's annoying. A little stat from the Giants. They every single game they have been the underdogs. They had the opponents have always been under 3, under 6.5, whatever. And they won every single time except for the Cowboys, obviously. Even today, I saw that the Seahawks are -3. Like, come on now, like the Seahawks are not going to win, you know. TF. Did y'all see the ending of the Giants and Jags?
Yeah, that game was nuts.
Dude, did you see it?
I didn't see it.
I'll show you later, but it was crazy. If y'all didn't see it, watch the last minute. The last minute of the highlights is crazy. But anyways, my running up the hill is ETN. He's gonna have a breakout game with him being for sure RB number uno.
Are you both not afraid that ETN might be injured because he's not built to be a workworkhorse back?
See, I think they
won't work him.
Quite the opposite.
They won't work him hard like any other normal running back. But he's gonna have all the workload though.
He's gonna have all the workload, but I don't know. I just feel like he's not built like a Dalvin Cook or a Saquon Barkley. He's like a little bit more.
Who is built like Saquon Barkley? Tell me who.
Okay.
Nobody is built like Saquon. Why?
All right.
Who's built like Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon, yeah.
He's built just
So
like
I could see AJ Dillon being a workhorse.
But hear me out. You know who he is built like? He's built like Eckler. He's built like Kamara.
You're right,
and those
yeah,
guys
he
have
is.
had very sustainable long-term careers with
I honestly think
amazing
they're bigger.
workloads.
I think they're a little bit bigger. Etienne is kind of scrawny for a running back. He looks like a receiver to me.
ETN does?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him being really productive as the lone guy out there, but I'm just worried up for his health going forward.
For an average sized running back, I think he's a little scrawny.
But yeah, I feel like he's a little smaller, but he's very shifty.
Oh yeah, so that helps a lot.
Yeah,
So I think he's gonna. I have him as my run up the hill.
Okay.
What about yours, Derric?
For my running up the hill for running back, I have Josh Jacobs. What a dominant performer he is. He's in the top. He's a top 3 back, I guess. I think he's a top 3 back. Is Josh Jacobs a top 3?
He's getting very close if he's not already.
This guy's getting elite level work out there. It's insane. Do y'all remember whenever we did that Convince Me segment and I chose Josh Jacobs over Chase Edmonds, and I don't know who I was going up against. I was going up against you, yeah. And so I told you guys Josh Jacobs.
Heck of a pick. Yeah. He's looking amazing this year.
Yeah,
he's looking so good.
Josh Jacobs for my Prince of the Hill. And for my running up the hill, this guy's outside top 15. But I think he's going to have a great week this week. It's going to be Jonathan Taylor. I feel like
seems like such a cop out, like just an easy pick.
I know, it's
right?
so
But
weird, right? But
it's the rules. Dim's the rules.
he's outside top 15, so I mean,
Dim's the rules.
I feel like this could be his week that he shines, and of course I'm going up against him. And
I don't make them. I just follow them. All right, Colt. What about your picks?
All right, I got a few things I'm going to say here. Starting off, ETN. Y'all crap on my guy. I have him, so I have to defend him.
I don't crap on your guy.
Y'all said he's not durable.
Oh.
He's 5'10", 215 pounds, which is literally the exact height and weight as Alvin Kamara. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Just put that out there.
I mean, Derrick just said he's more built like a Kamara, so.
No, I said he won't be like
Oh, did you?
I agreed with you. I agreed with you on that.
I say he's a little scrawny.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to make a very last minute switch, and I'm gonna see if y'all are okay with it.
No.
I think it's okay.
Oh, I'm flipping a coin then.
I'm 2-0. 2-0.
Yeah, so I should get the opportunity to switch.
No.
You already have the lead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you already have the lead. One of us needs to win.
Exactly. One of us needs to win. So here's what I'm doing. I'm taking the route that Luis has had success doing.
He's gonna do Jeff.
Nope.
What?
Austin Eckler. Let me have him.
You're taking the same.
I'm taking Eckler because he had success. So
that's
screw
fine.
it.
We never talked about we can repeat the same.
Are you sure you want to take Eckler this week?
He's gonna buy.
Shut up.
All right, Ramondre Stevenson is my guy.
Shut up.
Derric bailed me out.
We need another winner. We need somebody else to
He
win.
bailed me out. Ramondre Stevenson is my pick. Thank you very much.
Terrible pick.
Alvin Kamara
Stuck with
is
Eckler.
my running up the hill, running up the hill. I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara as well. So Ramondre Stevenson and Kamara.
Good. Receivers, like we said, Chase was your king of the hill, and my running up the hill, my prince of the hill is J. Jeff. I'm gonna go with with the second best receiver out there. Hey, how's Cooper Kupp been doing? I haven't really.
He's been doing good this year.
He's doing good. He just had his bye, so he's coming off of bye.
Okay,
That's why you haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because of that.
And we're coming down from the underworld. I got Scary Terry as my prince. Just kidding. Running up the hill.
Just kidding.
I have him. Heineke. Oh, dude, Heineke, dude. He's gonna bring the Washington Commanders back. Yeah. They'll be here first. They're gonna win the Super Bowl.
You think they're gonna come back?
No, Jesus Christ, no. But I think since Scary Terry being the number one wideout, I think Heineke is gonna target him more.
So Scary makes your boy shaky. Am I right?
Scary makes me shaky.
All right, it's my turn. So for my Prince of the Hill, I'm going with AJ Brown this week.
Good pick.
Going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not a scary matchup. Not that scary of a matchup. So yeah, AJ Brown coming off the bye. I think he's going to be good. And then for my running up the hill, I'm going to go with Michael Pittman Jr.
Why are you laughing?
Because both of his people, he started off by going raw. It was like before he started, it was like raw AJ Brown, and then raw Michael Pittman. I just did it. It's just funny.
I had running up the hill on my brain, so I kept saying. But yeah, Michael Pittman is my running up the hill choice. So
good choice. I like it.
I'm going to go with, for my Prince of the Hill, Stephon Diggs.
Weak.
Yeah, he's going to come back. He's going to dominate.
Yeah,
I don't care how weak it is.
He's coming off a bye.
He's going to be nice and rested. Going to be phenomenal. And then my running up the hill, I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins is 30. He needs to use steroids too.
Oh, y'all had such a huge debate about it.
He needs to have steroids so he can play. Oh my God, he had to play in 6 games.
He didn't have a good week last week.
Are you kidding me?
He had a pretty good week.
He had a good week last week.
He had 100 yards and 10 receptions.
Good. That's good. 100 yards is good.
He didn't even find the end zone.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's still good. That's 20 points.
That's 20 points, but if it's non-PPR, it's only 10 points. That's a pretty bad week.
But in non-PPR, instead of being 20, 25 points being the highest, it's like 15, 12.
Yeah, Austin Eckler.
BS.
People who have 15 carries or targets, that's 15 extra points in PPR.
I know. That's why I'm saying he didn't have such a good time. He had non-PPR.
100 yards is good.
100 yards is pretty good.
100 yards is an okay day in non-PPR. Okay. You say Jamar Chase, you brought him up. He still had, last week for you, 25 points because he found the end zone.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
That's a good receiver. Okay, a 10-point day is not good.
You're going to compare a non-touchdown receiver to a two-touchdown receiver?
You just said that it's not possible for people to get over 15 points in non-PPR.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's possible. Wrong. It's possible, but I said on average. I said on average, didn't I?
Yes, you did say on average. But the thing is that keep in mind that it was DeAndre Hopkins' first game back.
And it's going to be...
And it was on a short week, so keep that in mind.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I want to do this just for fun. Here's what I want to do.
What?
I'm truly curious to know. DeAndre Hopkins, how many weeks did Marquise Brown stay in?
6.
Was it 6 weeks?
It was 6. Yeah, and then he's out for 6.
Okay.
And he's supposed to be out for 6. I don't know if he's going to be out.
So the next 6 weeks, do you think DeAndre Hopkins has more or less points than what Marquise produced in the first 6 weeks?
I'm going to say more.
I'm going to say more too.
Okay, yeah, I say less. We'll see. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I'm putting it down so we remember to go back to it. Hopkins is my pick. I don't like him, but he's my pick.
What the heck's wrong with you? Hopkins is your pick, but you don't like him? Okay, whatever.
It's like,
Yeah.
hold on. It's like the trade that we just made with AJ Brown. I would never.
Shit. I hate Brown.
I would
as a Eagles
never.
player.
I would never ever draft an Eagles
You know
player.
what? You did say that. You
yeah.
sure
But
did
you
say
drafted
that.
one.
Yeah.
About that.
I didn't draft any.
You traded it for him.
I traded for one. I said never draft one, and I stuck by that. I then traded for one, but yeah, it's okay.
Whatever. Those are his picks. Terrible picks. I know.
All right.
That's why he's O and O. You know.
You get so lucky.
I don't get lucky. I know my.
Listen,
my
you
stuff.
haven't had any skill in this. You just picked the top players.
What do you mean skill?
You just picked Saquon Barkley and Jamar Chase.
I literally have been telling you that Jamar Chase and Burrow are back, and that's why I picked them last year because they're back in their dynamic duo.
The rookie of the year. It's not like he was. He was good.
Okay, based on his performances here,
It's not like you picked. I don't know. You didn't pick Gabe Davis on the week that he went off. You didn't pick whatever the hell that guy. You didn't pick somebody who.
Obviously, I'm not Magic. I can't go in the future and be like, oh, I know who's going to have the best game this week, the best points this week.
That's literally the whole point of this.
We're not going into the future. This is a guess.
I know. You just guess the best guy every week.
You literally guess Diggs and J. Jeff and Cup and all the other
I know. You just guess the best guy in the best week.
Okay, whatever. You do see it. I'm done. I'm done with
This
you.
is a complete guessing game right here. This is what fantasy's all about. I want to see the marriage and the arguments.
Jesus, I hate you.
You know what? That's why we have a running up the hill. That's why
True.
we have running up the hill. And I was close with Kenneth Walker.
Oh, dude.
All right, let's move on.
Such a dick.
Let's move on to waivers because we have some doozy waivers that we need to go over. You like
Doozy.
that? You like that?
I like it.
All right, first one is obviously Gus Edwards. It's not Kenyon Drake anymore. Kenyon Drake looks garbo now.
It's not Aston Kutcher.
It's Kevin Malone.
It's Gus Edwards. He looks great. He's built for this. He knows the system. He knows what to do. He's going to be a great asset to the Baltimore Ravens going forward. So look for Gus Edwards on your waivers to be picking up.
Pay $30 on Fab for him.
Yep. Next one is who, Luis? I want you to read this next one because you have a lot of investment in this guy right here.
Daniel Jones, a.k.a. DJ, a.k.a. Danny Dimes.
Why?
Oh, alias is this guy.
He could be a good streamer this week, I feel like.
He's been coming up, and you guys know that. He's been he's been rushing for touchdowns. Almost every game.
He had more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, he did. He's been throwing at least 2 touchdowns a game, and he's ranked 20th right now in the season projections.
The projections or what's going on right now? Just
fantasy season.
Okay.
So
okay.
I like him.
Yeah, no, he's a good streaming option this week. I feel like if you have like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Okay, first of all, can we talk about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers real quick? Are they in mode? Are they done?
They're retired.
They're coasting.
They're coasting. That's a good way to put it. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers because he lost his wife. Now he's about to lose his spot.
Oh, you're talking about.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, you're talking about
to lose his roster spot.
He's about to lose his roster spot. Poor guy. He's cool though. He's cool.
Man, I feel bad for these teams.
I don't know. Tampa Bay got a ring out of it, so
it
worked.
They should be, dude. I mean, I feel bad, but did you see Mike Evans?
Oh my God! Dropped touchdown, 75-yard touchdown drop.
Oh my God, dude! That it literally hit his knee and it hit his hands. He said, "Let me get it."
He slapped it out of them.
Oh, he's playing defense.
Instead of the ball being in front of, oh shoot, like it's juggling. Let me grab it. He goes,
how did he do it?
He goes, let me grab it.
You gotta hit my light. You see the slam into that light.
Oh Jesus, Mike Evans. He's a.
Aaron Rodgers just doesn't have any
He's
players.
a clown.
He just doesn't have any receivers.
Yeah, I think another elite guy. I think they could turn around.
I think he's just coasting. Dude. He's annoyed. He's pissed off.
Yeah,
they should have signed him.
He's just collecting paychecks.
He's that one. He's that guy that goes to work like, gotta go to work
again. Takes his drugs in his car and then he goes to work. They try to drug test him and he just gives him the finger and keeps walking.
He drives off.
Yeah.
All right, Colton, who's our last waiver pick?
It's Wandale Robinson.
You notice that there's two
Giants on the
Giants
waivers
this week. Oh man, yeah. I actually like Wandale Robinson this week.
Can you finally admit
Nope, they suck.
Giants still suck.
They'll still. I said it. They will still finish third in this division.
No,
in the NFC East.
They're second, segundo.
No, they finished second. Who do I sound like?
I'm gonna guess you want me to say Luis.
Oh, it's so Luis. That's not just like it.
Oh man.
No, they're still finishing third. But Wandale Robinson, what I like about this guy specifically is from week 6 to week 7, his targets went up by double. He went from 4 to 8. Mm-hmm. So he's starting to get a better target share, which is what I always look for in wide receivers.
Yep.
I stayed late. My sales doubled. Well, from 2 to 4. Yup.
Yeah. So Wandale Robinson, I think, is a good streaming option with a lot of people out on buys this week,
and a lot of people injured as well.
Yep.
I mean, I picked up Jones just because my homies is on a buy, so
I haven't picked him up yet. Maybe I'll snipe him at.
You can't because I'm second to last. So
are you a high waiver claim?
Yes.
He's higher priority.
I'm gonna look up your waiver claim.
It's gonna be like 9, I think, or 6,
two.
or 2. Yeah,
it's 9,
I'm 8.
Yeah.
Loser.
All right, that does it. That does it for our spooky edition of halftime adjustments.
Nice job, Derric.
Yeah, I like that.
Way to put it
it's
together
cool.
here.
It's cool.
You need to find some spooky effects.
I know. I need to do
That'd
some
be great.
spooky sounds.
Yeah.
There's one right there.
Yeah.
I'll keep that one.
All right, I'm done.
You got to do some goblin sounds. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will see you guys next week. We are on Twitter at halftime_ADJ. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and we will see you guys next week. Later.